the next session. Let's share my screen now. Our next topic is the role of software in track and trace. Let's invite Mr. Haseeb. Mr. Haseeb is the CTO of Authentik. Mr. Haseeb, you can unmute yourself and share your screen. You are unmute. You are muted.
Yeah, many thanks, Ahmed. I hope I'm audible and visible to all colleagues.
Yes.
Indeed, a good way to end the weekend. It's a very informative session I've been following for the past couple of hours. And considering that travel is becoming more and more challenging in this part of the world, it's a very good initiative that we have come up with this, and allowing all of our colleagues from the track and trace industry to gather and share their uh, experiences. So I'm very thankful to Ahmed, especially, and the TraceHub team for organizing this program. I would like to start sharing my screen. I hope that's visible.
Not yet.
Okay, let's see what's stopping this. Oh, it says I have to restart my browser. So can I just log back in?
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'll just log back in a second.
Okay. Justin, I think different discussions from different regions, many implementations in different countries with level 5. This means a lot of interactions, a lot of information we gain today. I think it's very, very rich session. You are muted.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, no, definitely. There's been a lot to take in. There's a lot to follow up. I think there's a lot of opportunity, potential for learning, synergy. So yeah, this has been a very good session. Lay the seeds, so to speak.
Yes, look, as we continuous saying, it is different implementations with different. There is no one face for the track and trace. You cannot say that this is the right model or this is a successful model. There are different models for implementing track and trace. You can find a centralized model in the Middle East and Africa. You can find decentralized model in USA. You can find traceability in Egypt, that mean other African countries. You can find a verification model in Trust and in Envo. There is no book to say what is the right way to implement the track and trace. It is a journey. And each country decide to go for this journey according to their perspective, according to their target or objective from the implementing the track and trace.
Absolutely. I think that variety, and also what Marwan said earlier as well about just not copying, right? It's identifying the principles, the requirements, and building around that. And what's really impressive is that we're seeing different solutions delivering the same thing in different ways, which just goes to show how innovative and creative each person is this challenge. So yeah, there's definitely a lot to gain, and hopefully this community can become the basis for more growth and knowledge sharing and knowledge development.
I hope. Again, as I mentioned earlier in the beginning of my session, this is an invitation for me. If you find what we did and what we built in TraceHub useful, and your presence today means that this is something we can build on, please, I invite you, I invite every company which is attend our meeting today to put a trusted, put her name, to put the company name and trusted by you all at TraceHub. This means we converting this initiative from something like initiative. It is turned into something solid to building more reliable sources for enriching the community with many different resources of information. And also, I invite the organizations and authorities to work together, to cooperate together through partnership or through agreements to increase the awareness of implementing the track and trace. If the implementation of if the track and trace awareness raise up and goes up, you will definitely have a positive onboarding process in implementations of the track and trace from pharmaceutical supply chain, pharmaceutical manufacturer perspective, from track and trace vendors, and even from the authority side. Mr. Haseeb, now you can proceed. So sorry, we take some time from your session.
Thank you very much. I will try to keep things skimmed up. I'm going to go ahead and give what's happening in Pakistan with regard to track and trace. But before we start that, I'm just going to give...
I'm sorry. I need to use this opportunity because you are here. You can give us an idea about the software, but also we need to know the status of track and trace in Pakistan. I know there is an announcement. It was just announced yesterday, so you can also please give us a status quo about the track and trace in Pakistan.
Yes, absolutely. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to leave some information for our dear friend Rizwan Buttar Saab coming in shortly after me for him to give as well, because as it so happens, he's more interested into the drug regulatory industry than I am. But since obviously we are all talking to each other and we know, so I'm going to give an high-level outlook on that, and I'm going to let our dear friend Rizwan Buttar Saab to give more information. Just to give a brief outlook, Authentik as a company, we started in 2016, and our initial goal was to basically tap in the GS1 pharmaceutical track and trace market. But obviously, like every other implementation of the regulatory instructions from the government, there was a delay in Pakistan as well. So obviously, we as a business had to look after other avenues to make money, obviously. So we explored other areas. We kept on working with FMCG. We kept on working with the FVR. We started working with the lubricants industry. We worked with the banknote production in Pakistan. So that's the area we got into. And once we got into that, we found out that including the pharmaceutical industry, we have a staggering 40% counterfeiting problem. And it is actually very difficult how you have to navigate from that area. So how we basically went into that is that we basically started integrating the existing hardware that was available in the market so that we can actually come up as a software solution provider for track and trace solutions. What our software basically does is everyone else's does, but we basically tuned it according to the Pakistani market. These are some of the brands that were operating in Pakistan, and we went ahead and wrote drivers and integration protocols for themselves. So we have the proprietary code to talk to all of these principles that are available in Pakistan. What Authentik has been operating in is obviously to enhance the brand image of the organization. And once you do that, that results in mitigating in counterfeiting products coming into your market. Obviously, that helps you in the regulatory framework as well. Which ends up gives you the supply chain transparency and reliability. And obviously, because we started working in the FMCG industry, the lubricants industry, where the EHS standards were quite high. So we also had to adapt to them as well. eventually what that basically gave us was a greater quality assurance for our customers. Um, I'd like to share small, very briefly, case studies of what we have been doing. So we work with the lubricant. We work with a major lubricant bottler in Pakistan, and what we basically do is we offer them product verification. Now they had been doing product verification for a while, but the product verification could not do inline activation of the product, which became an issue when the product would hit the market. Because lubricant, as you may imagine, is a high volume product. And with Pakistan being a major pharmaceutical company, Pakistan being a major agricultural country, so that the automobile business is a major consumer of the lubricants in Pakistan. So hence, we have a serious challenge, just like in the pharmaceutical industry, in the lubricant sector as well. We basically went ahead and gave them a new label. And it basically went on the same concept as we are all aware of the tobacco track and trace solution. So we basically went up and deployed an anti-counterfeiting solution, an upgraded anti-counterfeiting solution, but it had to be activated in line. We basically work with SICPA in Pakistan, and we basically take security labels from them. This is a bit of a This is basically what our system looks like, and we have an inline inspection camera, which basically reads this dot code, which is available. And this HMI over here basically allows you to select the product and the batch number. So this way, whatever information that the customer gets, it's actually right directly from the production line. So there are no missed attempts. And obviously, because of that, all the information gets to the customer as well, and the manufacturer. So what's basically happening in our systems is that we are dealing with code generation, we're dealing with label printing, we're dealing with code activation, we're obviously aggregating it, and then verifying it. And all of this is basically controlled by a thorough label supply chain management. Effectively, obviously, as my previous colleagues mentioned, once you deploy a track and trace system, you basically have automatically an overall equipment efficiency and verification of monitoring systems. This is what we had deployed. This is project one. We had also been working very closely with the FVR. Recently, the FVR has awarded being a licensed authorized solution provider in Pakistan for the beverages industry. So what we would be doing is that we would basically be deploying counting and inspection equipment to ensure the production volume that is being produced at the beverage industry in Pakistan. We have more than 130 companies all over Pakistan. We're expecting more than 400 lines. So we were expecting a busy year next year. Also, that we work with Pakistan Security Printing Corporation, and we basically give them traceability solutions. We give them traceability all the way when the sheet comes into the printing process and then is moved out into the packets and bundles process, so that it goes to the bank and it is traceable. The solution again is completely vertically integrated, top to bottom. And so all the traceability events that are taking place over here are totally without any human intervention. Coming to your question regarding traceability directives that Pakistan has recently given out, they're an extension of the initial SRO that was issued back in 2016, followed by another one in 2020 or 2021, perhaps, if I'm not wrong. And recently, Pakistan has mandated through a cabinet approval by the government of Pakistan to initiate the traceability solution. The purpose of the drafts this initiative is again, as I mentioned, is primarily anti-counterfeiting, because again, as I mentioned earlier, we have a serious counterfeiting issue. We have a counterfeiting issue, we have a cross-territory issue. So obviously, all of these things disturb the market balance. So therefore, that's what the DRAP is looking for, uh, at the front end of this. Pakistan has a good tele-density now. We have 60% population who has access to mobile phone, and a large part of that have are a user of smartphone as well. So previously there was always a concern that sending an SMS and receiving an SMS was thought unreliable as well as not cost effective. But since the tele density has increased, and with the experience that we have gained with working with private companies in Pakistan, we see a sharp increase in QR code or any other 2D barcode that is available for product verification in a very good manner. So the market is primed to see a track and trace solution both on the manufacturer supply chain and the customer end. However, the challenge remains that the regulator and obviously GS1, and I'd like to thank Mr. Hassam from GS1. He's always been very helpful with regards to implementation of GS1 standards in Pakistan. They have made a very tremendous effort over the period of time. However, lack of implementation of those standards are basically a challenge in Pakistan. And as we go along, this is something that we have to take adherence on. We have to make EPCIS a more standardized approach in Pakistan. And we also have to take solution providers on board, because obviously the solution providers will have to be trained about how GS1 standards can be implemented. So as far as Pakistan's drug regulatory outlook is concerned, the pharmaceutical companies have been preparing themselves for having a traceability environment. However, there still leaves a gap, which we hope that this recent legislation that has been passed by the cabinet of Government of Pakistan is going to allow to close the gaps. However, it's still a long way ahead from this. I'm sure that once the track and trace solution comes in, even as a primary usage of an anti-counterfeiting solution, it's going to give you a lot of market intelligence. It's going to give you a lot of GIS mapping. It's going to give you a lot of supply chain operational insights. And obviously, once you start having that, you know which pieces you want to move on the board, which makes your supply chain more easier, more efficient, and more fluid. So taking an approach from going to an anti-counterfeiting solution, from a track and trace, and then a full-fledged supply chain visibility track and trace solution, perhaps that may be the only way in Pakistan, because in Pakistan the consumer has to buy the medicine themselves rather than the government providing it. So therefore, that creates a very wide opening for the counterfeiters to operate. AI is obviously playing a very huge part in controlling all of this. And we hope that once this solution has been deployed and is up and running, there are going to be some very good results that we want to see across the whole market. So that's the basic outlook in Pakistan. That's what we have been doing with regards to track and trace in Pakistan. We do usually get asked questions that if you are operating out of Pakistan, we are looking for clients out of Pakistan now, but obviously there's been so much work in Pakistan that we have been doing for the past 10 years that has kept us busy. But yes, with regards to the track and trace market, it's a huge market in Pakistan, and there are various sectors that you want to get into. So that's the complete outlook, what's happening in Pakistan right now.
Mr. Haseeb, it was very informative, and it was latest updates, because I saw just yesterday or from 2 days we published this updates about Pakistan. By the way, Mr. Haseeb, one of the first persons who was asking me to start to focus on TraceHub on other countries other than Middle East and Africa. I told them we tried earlier to focus on Middle East and Africa, then we'll move to other countries. So I started already by 2 days ago or 3 days ago by announcing the news about the latest updates of Pakistan. So, Mr. Haseeb, thank you very much for your insightful session. I'd like to thank you for your participation and give us an idea about what happened in Pakistan. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Justin, let's move to the next session. We will have the topic, the next, we will have very important topics